Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are back for midday live, man. We're here and we're fairly early, man. So big up to everyone who's locked in right now. Make sure you smash the like button on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Big up everyone for getting me to 150k, man. That is brilliant landmark and that. So I appreciate you lot all. You know, I mean, big up the man them as well for being on a journey as well with me. And yeah, man, if you know, you know what I'm saying? I want to get this one in early because LB's away from his desk here. But if you got 3 points, raise your hands. There you go. There you go.
Why is Rom's looking around like he didn't know that he was the only one? I swear he's trying to do the cheeky thing now. Like he's still trying to act like, oh, you're above us. Oh, is there anyone else? No, it's just me. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
I just have
LB can hold that. Yeah, man. But listen, man. How you man saying, man?
Was that a call for the 3-point killer?
Listen, man.
Yo, try to do that without me, yeah? What's going on here, man?
Bro, it's not often lately, man. You know what I mean? You might have been a bit, you know what I mean, there, so you know what I mean? Yeah, you can raise your hand late, man. But big up to LB as well. Big up to everyone locked in. And yeah, man. And I don't know, where do we start, man? Where do you want to start, guys? I don't know, like.
What do you mean? Where do we start? We're starting with your lot. But what are we doing here? Man's talking about journeys and all that. Yeah, you had a journey up the motorway and got absolutely pumped. Yeah, and then your fans are clapping them off. Bro, you lost 4-1. You got that shameless little tramp in on the wing. Yeah, equalise. Yeah, and starts giving it all of that. Yeah, bro, that's your first goal in about 1 goal in 28 games or something to take you from 14th to 13th at that point. Yeah, your club is absolutely buried. Yeah, your Twitter account, yeah, for Man United, whoever runs that, yeah, needs sectioning. Like real talk. Like honestly, oh, get well soon, Josh. Yeah, and it's a half face picture of Xerxes and half face of Rasmus. Yeah. Good shift today. Garnacho, like what are you talking about? You're 14th, mate. Yeah, and your Twitter account is run by a retard. Like honestly, I swear down, man, your football club is done. It's finished. It ain't coming back, mate. Anyway, I'll shut up now.
They are finished. I can't lie, yeah. I'm not really one for like the celebration police and that. Yeah, I like to just let people do what they want. But I did think Garnacho's celebration was a little bit strange. You know what I mean? Like, you are in the bottom half of the table. You know what I'm saying? He just equalised, and then he's doing that weird celebration. Your team is cooked. Your manager, I checked on Transfer Mark, points per game. He is statistically the worst manager you've had since the 1970s, if you're only including permanent managers. The only one that's worse is Ragnick, but he was, of course, just an interim manager, so he doesn't really count. So big up to him. And this is the thing on Amorim, yeah? It's like, he didn't want to join when he joined, didn't he? He wanted to come at the end of the year, right? But at the same time, I think was it Norridin was saying it on the match review. It might have been you or Norrie. I can't remember who said it now. But like, you have gone backwards, innit, under this manager. And I'm not saying like they sacked the guy already, but this whole thing about having a free pass, like, yeah, to a degree, he gets a little bit of leeway because the players are dead. But at the same time, the bare minimum that should have been expected from this manager is to stay the same as Ten Hag. He's got worse. This guy's got worse. And for 20 minutes in that second half yesterday, when you couldn't even get out your box and Newcastle was toying around with you, you know that, yeah? You know, like you got a cat, yeah, and then you just give it a toy and like you just dangle the toy and the cat's like fucking try to grab the toy. That's what they was doing to you, bro. You couldn't get out. Yeah, the players, your players, all my days, I genuinely don't think I've ever seen a United team as bad as them players. Them players are absolutely horrendous. The manager cannot coach these players, proven by the fact he's the worst manager since the 1970s.
That's a cop out because remember when Amorim, you know, just started, because it was after the game against you guys. Remember they slapped you man up, and they were like, "Oh, we're getting this guy in. He's coming to United. He's going to change our fortunes." What was the biggest thing that they sold us on, Man United fans? They said he is a coach. Ten Hag's not a coach, but Amorim is a coach. He knows how to make players better. Can you tell me one instance this season, Saeed, where he's made a player better? One player, please, just throw one out there, because I want to know how good this coach really is. The silence is damning. Please, just stop there. The fact that shows enough that he's not doing his job. The manager's not doing his job. And what I didn't like when I was watching the match reaction yesterday, Saeed's like, yeah, I think it's finally time that we accept. What made you think that this game against Newcastle would be the turning point of that? Everyone knew Newcastle was going to slap you up. So why is this game the turning point? I'm genuinely so confused. The turning point should have been 3 months ago when you realize it's been 6 weeks. Nothing's got better. Why is it now Newcastle 5 months later that you've realized that nothing is getting better?
Bro, I don't think he's found the formula. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think the system, right? It's defensive, but we're still leaking in goals. He's relied obviously heavily on Ahmad. Ahmad's been out. That's a big loss. Even you guys can admit that Ahmad was a big loss for the team.
So to give him 12th to 14th. Wow.
Listen.
And the thing is, he wasn't even on great form before he got injured. He wasn't even on great form before he got injured, bro.
I was gonna say that
He was balling out, man. Ahmad was a big loss.
Nah. He wasn't on great form before he got injured. Let's be so real, bro. Let's
He
be
was
so
playing
real.
well, man.
It's the same thing. I've got the same energy. I said the exact same thing for Jackson and Palmer before they got injured, bro. These guys were not on good form. And same thing as Ahmad. He wasn't playing well. Bro.
Listen, if you got them players, what we got right now, man, if that's not playing well, man, then I don't know what is. But I think for me, you are right. Like that's why I'm not really kind of on the defense right now. I'm not fully like not taking away what you're saying, Jords, man. I think he has to coach. We're not seeing that culture right now. Like he's made us worse. Like you have to admit it, statistically, he's made us worse. You know, and that's what kind of hurts me the most. Is like I know this guy's a good coach, but we're not seeing it on the football pitch. And ultimately, that's what we've got to see. We're lacking the basics. We're, midfield. I don't know what sort of team we're trying to build right now. Are we possession team? Are we a transitional team? Bro, Newcastle yesterday, if they wanted to turn up the gears even more, I think they could have, man. I think that score flattered us yesterday, man. It could have been more, I really think it could have been more. And ultimately, right now, it's Europa League or bust, but really and truly, like, I don't know if it's a lot of it is down to faith in that Europa League. I really do. But in the league, put it in the bag, bro. Like, we're on course for the worst season ever. Like, do you not know that? Like, the worst season ever. Like, how can it get worse than last year, 8th, bro? Now, bro, we're chilling with Tottenham and them, man, there. Like, it's peak. Like, and Wolves could go. Listen, Wolves could be level on points with us. Wolves are fighting relegation the other week. Like, they could be level on points with us, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't. I just want the season to end and go into next season with renewed optimism. But right now, I can't lie, bro. It's peak for Amorim.
Do you not think it was a mad risk, though, getting a manager who plays a completely different system to Tenai?
It was. But I think sometimes, that two things can be right. That the manager needed to be sacked, but at the same time, the manager right now is doing a very bad job. He is. Like, the numbers don't lie, the stats don't lie.
But he didn't want the job at the time, though.
He knew he can't really do much right now. But then obviously the bank balance said hello, innit? Like, man's getting this big wage to jump in. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's gonna take that job. He goes, yo, this is a job right now that I can't really refuse. It's life-changing money. Listen, United still calling. I'll come. You wouldn't back him in January enough, man. Like, you can't. City got how much money did City spend in January?
175.
But Saeed, that's irrelevant. David Moyes took over at Everton after this guy and has won more football matches at Everton, and he ain't had any of his players. So what are we doing here?
Yeah, no, but the thing is, though, I think like Everton with David Moyes, he's more experienced, and I feel like he can maybe graft at that level. Amorim ain't got that level.
So basically, what you're saying is Ruben Amorim done 419 on your club, because you just said that he accepted the job because his bank account looked good. I mean, if his bank account looked good, he brought in, never gave you the service that was provided. Yeah. He still continued to be bad. He basically scammed your club. Is that what you're saying?
He scammed the club, because I do believe he can become a good manager at United, but right now, it is looking a bit crazy. Like,
where's that belief come from, though? You believe from where? What have you seen to believe?
I think for me, like, I do believe with back in the summer, he can show a bit more of his style. Listen, you got to understand that the player quality at Man United is very, very poor at the minute. Let's be honest. Like, yes, call it tactically, we are
Saeed.
poor and whatever, but you got to remember, a lot of it is down to player quality. It is.
Yeah, but Saeed,
Absolute nonsense.
Saeed,
Absolute
how to
nonsense.
explain it, though. Yes, or no?
Nonsense,
You know how to
nonsense,
explain it.
nonsense.
You know,
They
you
were
know,
they were 4 points
You know,
off. They were 4 points off top 4 when he got the job.
Yes.
So it's nothing to do with the players,
You know
then,
what's
is
saying?
it?
Partly it is because they finished 8th last year as well. A lot of these
Yeah.
players.
Now where are you? 14th.
Yeah, we have got worse.
Yeah,
So
but Lee, I'm
exactly.
telling you,
So it's nothing to do with the players. The players ain't good enough to win the
Of
league.
course
We already
it's
know
not to
this.
do with it is. There's a lot.
But
there's
they're
a lot
not good. They're
players.
better than being 14th. They're better than being 8th. We know
No,
that as well.
But he's,
I'm
you know
telling
what
you,
I
they're
think,
not.
Lee Gunnar? I think he's looked at them players before. I can work with them players, and I think they're good. He's then realized they're shit,
Bro.
and he's actually struggling to make
No,
them.
what he's done,
better.
Saeed, yeah, is he's been stubborn and refuses to change the formation that is unique to anyone in the world. Like, he's the only manager that plays that version of it.
Apparently, they told him though to do that though when it's Saeed. That's what you said on the match reaction.
No, I think ultimately you got to remember, like they came in, they believed in his idea. They said, right, we want to play the system. Dan Ashworth was rumored to not be against that. Therefore, he was sacked in that process. And listen, they've given him the keys to do what he wants to do and build his style and his formation. And he said, you know what? I'm going to stick by this. I don't personally think it's a formation issue. I think it's the implementation of it. I think it's a bit too defensive. That's on the manager. I do believe it is down to player quality. That's obviously not down to him. But ultimately, you should be getting back-to-back games. You should be winning more games. I'm sorry, these losses are not acceptable. So I'm not disregarding the faults of Amorim. I'm really not. I'm far from it. But what I would want to see is at least a summer being given for the manager. Let him get his players in. Let's see what he could
Sorry,
do.
sorry to cut in, mate. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Since when does a manager need their players to actually achieve something?
Listen, there are listen.
If he's this top all singing, all dancing coach that you
know
gassed
what it
up,
is,
yeah. Right? No. If you gassed up this manager, he's going to be the top boy. Oh yeah, look, we've got the Ivorian Messi, Zerkamp, yeah, Baby Seedorf, all these top players that you've got, yeah. Lenny Yoro, Ugarte, all these players you were gassing up. He's the top coach. When how comes he can't coach the players to be better than? Why does he now need more players?
Lee, don't forget the drip as well. Lee, you're
the drip. Yeah, turning up in his son's trousers every week on match day. Do you know what I mean? Like,
getting gassed off the Bista. Yeah, I call it Bista drip. That's Bista drip right there. You know what I mean? Because man's got some backroom stuff. Yeah, some backroom stuff.
Listen, he's got that Moncler from 2014, bro. How's he got that still? Out of season stock, bro. What's that?
Man still got the Moncler from get the boy at the foil. You know what I'm saying? You know the CB's place. You know what I'm saying, bro? Yeah, I'm telling you. The thing is, yeah, his backroom staff look like they went to uni with him, Saeed. I don't think they're qualified, bro. You know what I mean? I
don't know. Did you see the goalkeeping coach? No wonder they can't save anything. He's about 90.
I'm telling you, your place, yeah, your crib right now is an absolute shit show, Saeed, because end of the day, yeah, I know Rasmus can't be saved, really. This guy is an absolute mess. Even
there's a lot that can't be saved, let's be honest.
When I was watching him against Leon, yeah, honestly, bro, I felt like a United fan because I was getting mad. Like, I wanted you man to lose, but I was watching how bad he was, and I'm like, yo, this is so unbelievable. Bad, isn't it?
Speak for yourself. I loved it.
I loved it. Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, the football fan in me was like, bro, this is actually pathetic. Like, I saw man get the ball on like the wide area, and he just passed it off the pitch. Off the pitch, and I'm like, what are you? You're getting paid over 100k a week, and you're doing this. You know what I mean? And then you've got Garnacho, right? Who I've already told you guys should not be starting week in, week out. But you're having to play him week in, week out because
no one else there, yeah.
You know what, Don?
He gave up on Rashford. Hold on, Roms. He gave up on Rashford, right? He gave up on Anthony, right? You got rid of Sancho. That wasn't really his fault. That was more on Ten Hag. That was more on Ten Hag. But what I'm saying is he gave away a lot of the attacking options that he's got. So you can't really, you know, these guys that you've got right now, what did you really expect from them, bro? At least if you had Rashford and you had Anthony, I know they're not the greatest. I know they weren't on the greatest form. But that's still more firepower you can add to the team. Right now, you're literally depending on goals from Garnacho, Rasmus, Xerxes, who's good on the ball. He does all of that full play stuff, cool. But when it comes to actually scoring, man can't score, bruv. You know what I mean? So...
now he's injured. He's injured now.
You know what,
now he's injured. Now he's injured as well, bro. You know what I mean? Now he's injured as well, bro.
It goes back to what you're saying with player quality, because I'm going to go against the grain here. First half, I don't think it was as bad as what people are saying for United. I think second half was poor. But you kind of had a game plan, just hit them on a counter attack, soak up the pressure and hit them, because I think Delo was good first half. Second half, you kind of tailed off. But the amount of time Delo was breaking for you, the irony is Garnacho is the one that got you the goal, but he was your outlet every time, just breaking down attacks like he does week in, week out. Xerxes ain't a killer. I'm not going to say he's a bad player, but he's not a killer. Like, if you give him 10 chances, he's probably only going to bag 1 or 2. And that's the problem, because I think first half, I'm hearing this narrative United were poor first half. I disagree with that. I actually think you have chance, but it's back to what you're saying, it's player quality. You just can't put the ball in the back of the net. And your biggest outlet being Garnacho, which, just be honest, is not consistent. Even that finish, I'm going to take the finish away from him. I don't think he really meant it to put it there. I think it was more of a hit and hope. I don't think he meant to put it bottom corner like that. But I don't think that bad. Second half was abysmal, though. That's when it just all fell apart.
Oh, mate. Honestly, I not think that Newcastle was just playing around with them, man.
They were taking
the piss, man. They were bullying him. Yeah, you know how much I glazed that Newcastle midfield. Yeah, they were bullying that United team. Joelinton, Tonali yesterday, unbelievable. Bruno, yeah, constantly like the physical battles.
I said I'm the better Bruno. You know, did you hear him?
What?
He said I'm the better Bruno. I think he said or something like that.
But he's the better Bruno. He's fucking unbelievable player. You know what I mean? And like all around the pitch, man. Like they've even got Jacob Murphy playing like fucking unbelievable.
I never saw this coming.
That's crazy, man. Harvey Barnes as well. You know, brilliant. You know, they are being coached, and obviously he's in hospital, isn't it? Get well soon in that, yeah.
Yeah,
get well soon. They are being coached like mad high level. Yeah, that team is an elite. They've been coached such to a high standard. Yeah, two finals in a couple of years. They've won a trophy. I think they're going to qualify for Champions League this season, and they just absolutely bullied you in that second half. It was men against boys, man. And listen, the United players are trash. Yeah, don't get it wrong. They are trash players, but the manager has to be doing better than what he's got. No one's expecting him to do miracles here. But to be 14th and to be worse than Ten Hag and to be the worst manager of Manchester United history since 1970s, like, bro, you can't get away with that, innit?
You know what? I read another stat. David Moyes, by the way, that has none of his players at Everton, but David Moyes coming in has won more games since being appointed than Amorim. That's crazy.
But Moyes is a good manager, man. You know what I'm saying?
Vitor Pereira won 4 games in a row as well. Like, I know we'll get onto to that game later on, but I do get it. Like, but I feel like for me, with the quality that we've got right now, I think it would be a bit sad for Amorim to go right now. For me personally,
it's really sad. It's an elite level sports side.
Hold on a minute. Let me land. Even though
have you not learned your lesson? Yeah, from Ten Hag, because you wanted Ten Hag gone after winning a trophy, 2 trophies. Yeah, you lot are clinging and pinning your hopes on winning that Europa League. And then it'd be, but now he's won a trophy. We've got to keep him. Get rid of him. He's shit. He's 14th, bruv. 6 wins in 5 months.
Listen, hold on a minute. Listen, if he's sacked tomorrow, it is what it is. Like he technically deserves to be sacked, yeah. But I think for me, I would hold on to the sacking until when he gets his players. And I know again, I keep saying that, but for me, I think the player quality outweighs the coaching. I really do. I know you can say, hold on a minute. I get, listen, he's very, very bad right now, but I think the player quality outweighs the coaching. I really.
Well, that means next season, though, Saeed, if he starts badly after 8 years. How long do you give him then? So, because I'm with you, I don't think he should get sacked yet. I think he should be given the summer and given his players. But after a month, 2 months, 3 months, you've got to then go, bro, this is not working.
I wouldn't even say it's months. I wouldn't say it's weeks. I would say, until we visibly see that the players are not improving next season, we can then say, right, you know what? It's time to go. But
no, because all that's happened right now is that what was happening last season when you actually go check the underlying metrics, because people don't like to talk about stats and that, right? But I was watching United last season, right? And they were getting away with murder. Because don't forget, I was going back and forth with Saeed.
How many got us out of problems?
Bro, Scott McTominay won you 12 points last season, bro. But if you actually go check how many chances you're conceding, you know, all these things were like basically relegation level or like mid-table level, bro. So now what's happened is their luck has dried out and they are exactly where they should have been even last season, right? With Ten Hag. That's what's happening, right?
Yep.
So they did a hard reset, innit? Because like we could talk about Amorim as much as we want. He hasn't improved this, he hasn't improved that. Let's be fucking real, bro. Are any of us really looking at our coach when we've got guys like Garnacho and Rasmus starting for us week in, week out? Like, we're going to be looking at the players more, bro. There's only so much. When you've got Gyökeres, you've gone from Gyökeres to Rasmus. That's like fucking going from, you know, Buckingham Palace, bro, to Skid Row. You know what I mean?
Well, he knew what he was taking on. Let's not pretend that he got. Let's not pretend he got kidnapped. He knew what he was taking on.
No,
you know what? I think the board
100%. He knew what he was taking on, but the thing is though, he probably went in right, and he might have even been promised things, bro. In January we'll sort you out.
Absolutely.
There'll be these things.
Do you know
you're in there now.
Okay, so quit then. So quit then. If he didn't get what he wanted, quit then.
He could walk. If he doesn't,
you know what I think will happen? I think your board and Tottenham's board is doing the same thing. For me, none of you in the Europa League, but I think both of you are just hoping that you have that 5% hope that either of them can win it. And I think when both of you inevitably get knocked out or lose to Trevi, whether one of you make the final, I think that's when they're going to pull the plug. Both of your boards, I think, are going to pull the plug on your manager. I think Europa League is your beacon of hope for both clubs.
You know what?
I don't think Man United are in the same position as Tottenham. They won't put a plug on their manager.
This should be an example for all managers.
Only a couple places apart, Jords. There's not too much.
No, but obviously they've already sacked their manager this season. We haven't, so they're in a process, isn't it? Whereas we're sort of at the end of ours, so they're like midway through the start of theirs.
I'm telling you. This is why, up and coming managers, you don't lose your mind over the bad bitch that messages you first, bro. Yeah, you pattern up and you say, listen, I've got a missus at home right now. I'm gonna be loyal. You know what I mean? If Amorim just waited until the summer, they would have still come back. You know, you got to wait sometimes, bro. They put a gun to this guy's head and he got excited because that was his first bad bitch. And like Lee's saying, he decided to take the job.
No, but Don, the revisionism is mad. Look,
no. Hold on. Let me learn what I'm saying, bro. He got excited because United came. They put a gun to his head and said, "You got to come now, or the job's gone." Bro, if I'm him, I would have stayed, bro, because now, he's actually tarnished his reputation a bit. Before he wasn't
Don, I hear that. I hear that. But it's as simple as this. United, one of the biggest clubs in the world, coming for you, offer you probably double, triple what you're earning. You're gonna go as a career perspective. Forget football to better your CV, whatnot. Yes, he's done, and I agree with you. He's tarnished.
Better the CV.
No, he hasn't. I agree with you. He's tarnished his reputation, but you're still going to take that opportunity. If you've just won a league with Sporting, and to be fair, he was about 10, 11 points clear at the time. He's looking at like, you know what? I've done how much further can I go here? Right. United are offering me 3 or 4 times more. You're going to go there. And I think most people will.
He got catfished. All he could see was the face. He could only see the face. You know, back in the day, man, when you could see the face and you show up and you meet Rikishi. You can't see the body, but it's Rikishi. You butt them, it's Rikishi. You know what I mean? That's what's happening right now, bro. The face was looking nice. Man United, the name was looking nice. Ineos is looking nice. Ineos, I even go to Asda the other day. I saw Ineos hand wash and that. I didn't even know these things exist, bro. You go in there. You go in there.
They are, bro. That's a premium price hand wash as well.
I'm telling you,
they're leaving their company.
That's Ineos. I said, I'm even going to buy that one. I don't want to help these man towards their transfer key. You know what I mean? I want to book the other team. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, Amorim, this should be a lesson to managers like Amorim. You take time.
Let me ask you a question, is there a bigger issue in terms of now these new young managers now where
don't keep that same energy from Maresca. We're gonna get
that's not about that. Do you think like maybe managers are maybe overcomplicated it now? Like the whole idea of like football now is becoming complicated by
100%. You got goalkeeping. Yeah, they're zooming in on our goalkeeping coach the other day. They're zooming in on the set piece coach. Like, what we're doing here? Like, Thomas Frank was standing there with a chalkboard on the side of the pitch. Like, can't they afford a fucking iPad? Like, what are we doing? Yeah. The game's gone, mate. It's pathetic. Yeah, everything's being micromanaged. The players are shit scared to actually have any individuality. Yeah, the ones that do get hooked off the pitch. Yeah, it's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic, bro. Yeah, the whole league, is dusted. Like, literally, the whole league. It is the worst league to watch. Yeah, and there's just way too many teams comfortable with just being in the league. They're not interested in trying to win. They're just happy to prolong the employment at that club by telling the world any bullshit story to keep the majority of fans on top.
Yeah, I think we've gone way too far from the days of when you coached your team to their strengths. You know, you lean on your strengths, you lean on your best players. You say, look, we're going to play this way because this is what's going to get the best out of our best players, and we're going to make sure this is the way we're going to win. We've gone way too far to the other side where you just want to do a system. Everyone plays their role. Everyone knows their role within that system, and they just stick to that. That's where so many managers are going wrong. Amorim would get more out of the team if he said, all right, look, you do this good, you do this good. We're going to focus on these things today, and the rest of you players just try and make and create for these two players who are going to do what they do best. And that's ultimately what Poch done last year with Cole Palmer, and it worked for them. It's probably going to work out to the fee that they finish in a similar position, and their system may not have been as efficient last year, but their team was still getting the same results, still managing to get over the line because you just lean on your best players. And I think at this point right now, what you're seeing with these top managers, especially these young ones, I'm leaning on my principles. Your principles just aren't that good sometimes. Like, you're tactically not as smart as you think you are. You come to the Premier League, it's another level. Managers like Thomas Frank, who haven't got the best tools in front of them, they're tactically really good managers. You go up against them, and in a one-off game, you're struggling. You just look at Arsenal the other day. So I just think that when it comes down to it, managers are doing way too much overcomplication. Go back to the basics, lean on your best players, and get the best out of them. Simple.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let me get these super chats in there. Sue says, picture this: Spurs lose to Forest, West Ham beat Southampton, Wolves beat United, Spurs will be 17th, and United 16th equal Wolves and West Ham.
That is crazy. I'm telling you, I was telling Jords and Saeed before the show, yeah, I didn't think that Chelsea's record of finishing 12th would be beaten already. I think both teams are going to beat it, bro. Right? I think both of you are going to finish below 12th. I'll be real.
Of course, yeah, that's set down. That's set, bro. I don't think we win a game for the rest of the season. I'll be honest with you. There's only one Bruno in the league, says Robert, race for second. Big up Victory the Great, says, so Saeed, you lot went from Sababi Charlton to Tommy Taylor and Cole to Toylan. That is mental. I hope the game plan you lot displayed yesterday is not the game plan for Lyon. If Amorim wins the Europa League, he can definitely stay, and you can miss the standards. We can't say anything about that because you want to keep Arteta for the Euro Carabao Cup. That's fair. If he wins the cup, though, I think Lee will be. And
guess what? I genuinely couldn't give a shit whether you keep him there or not.
Yeah.
No, it's just banter every week, regardless, isn't it?
Yeah. Granite Jack says Captain Lindelof. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. RJ Flores says Newcastle bullied us yesterday. It was like Nelson and Jimbo Jones, Tonali and Joe Linton victimizing Bart Simpson and Millhouse, Ericsson and Rogate. That's a good one.
The black Bart Simpson was not around yesterday. Yeah, you can't blame it on him. Yeah,
bro. Listen. For one fellow mud brother to another, man. Tottenham, you lot forget us 14. You've got 17 losses this season. Like, wow. Bro, 17. Bro. Is that? Like, can you lot just picture that, bro? Like 17.
It's gonna get to 20.
And it's gonna get been sacked yet as well. Is the craziest thing out here.
I feel like it's like what Rom said earlier, but I wouldn't link it to Man United. With Spurs, Daniel Levy is a very smart man. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's gonna keep Ange in.
Is he smart, man?
No, LB, you have to let me land, and then you would understand what I'm actually saying. Yeah, right, he's a very smart man because he knows. He's seen the protests. He's seen everyone come out. Levy out, Levy this, Levy that. Everyone hates him. But what he's going to do is keep the eye and the picture away from him and let everyone focus on how bad this team is. Everyone's going to keep focusing on the manager. Look, you said it before. Why is Ange not sacked yet? Why is Ange still in a job? How is Ange still in control? Because this is what Levy wants. He wants Ange to be
the why is Levy not getting the
Spurs are so bad?
Why is he not getting the flack for that then from the fan base?
He is, LB. That's the whole point. You
just said the whole reason.
He's a smart man because at the end of the day, football fans are going to focus on what's in front of them. What is in front of them every day and every week is Ange Postecoglou and this team losing. Ultimately, we have had two protests, two successful ones at that, and the last one was just last week. So for you to sit there and say, why the fans not on him? They are. The protest was just last week.
No, I know you're saying that he's a smart man because he's putting all the pressure on Ange because the team's shit, but then I'm saying, well, it's Levy's job.
Okay, but what are the journalists doing? What are the fans doing? What are rival fans doing? Where is it focused? Where is all the hate focused? It's on Ange right now. The eyes are on Ange. It isn't on Levy. As much as you want to sit there,
sorry, George. Yeah, surely, but he's not smart, is he? Because he's making that. You just said a second ago he's letting him fuck himself up to show how shit the squad is. Well, surely that means he's going to have to get a bigger wallet in the summer, then, isn't it?
No, but that's the point.
So he's not smart.
He's showing how. Well, it depends the way you want to look at it, Lee. Because at the end of the day, you say it's going to means he needs to spend more in the summer. Not necessarily. This is Levy. It doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't mean that he needs to spend more. If it talks about spending more money, he's probably not going to do it. But what it does do, it keeps the focus away from him, keeps everyone focused on why Ange is still in the job, why Ange is not sacked. And people are going to focus on that. Fans are fickle. They're not thinking about the bigger picture all the time. They just want to focus on what's going on the field. Ange isn't finding solutions. People are going to sit here and clown Spurs, be like, Ange this, Ange that. I'm tired of the Ange conversation, to be honest, because like you all know, and like everyone knows, he should have been sacked weeks ago, months ago, in fact. He should have been sacked. But he's here, he's in a job, and he's going to continue to lose games. Like Rom said, we're on track to, finish on 20 defeats. Saeed said it earlier, this is his worst ever season. This is Spurs. Statistically, we have not had a smaller win percentage ever in our 143-year history. We've been relegated and haven't had a worse win percentage than we are right now. So this is factually the worst Spurs team I've ever seen. It's done by the worst Spurs manager I've seen, and ultimately this is squad. I wouldn't say it's the worst Spurs squad that I've seen, but when you have a manager that's so bad, do you know what it is? Yeah, I look at some players and I say, yeah, some players are just so bad, innit? But some of the players I do think are drowning in the system. When you watch Tottenham play, it's so easy to play through us. The defensive structure is missing every single game. Like, how can you see? There's so much pictures. You just see the stills of when Wolves are attacking us, and we've got one defender back. You got Romero who's running behind their second or third runner, and then you've got people like Archie Gray, Jed Spence, who are just in random positions. Now you can look at the players and say, what are the players doing? Or you can just look at the manager and say, this has happened all season, man. This is the manager. He doesn't know what he's doing. And like you said as well, Saeed, we are definitely not going through in that Europa League second round. We're not. I'm not going to sit here and I have no belief. We went into it with a draw and we're going away from home. Spurs don't do good away from home in Europe. So I expect Frankfurt to beat us in this week. I expect Spurs to go out. And I expect that what's going to happen then is Ange gets the call on his way home. He's sacked. Ryan Mason's in charge. And we see out the rest of the season. It's the same old shit, the same old story. The cycle starts again.
Justice for Conte.
Your facts. It goes back to Conte. Conte was right about Spurs because it's just a cycle, isn't it? You get a new manager and you have a new manager bounce and shit hits the fan after 12 months after that. It's a cycle with Spurs right now, and it's only going to continue that way with man like Levy in charge. And you know the way that we run our club, I don't expect it to get much better. And ultimately, Spurs are going to continue to be cooked on Midday Live for the rest of the season.
You can blame the manager. Some of the errors here from your team, Vicario in goal, yeah. Another one as well that I've been talking about, that Romero, man. I told you that guy's a bum.
Romero, yeah, I'm done with him. Done with Romero.
So better than Saliba in that, yeah.
Do you know what? George said it weeks ago.
It's overrated, that Romero.
George said it weeks ago. Romero's playing like he don't want to be there. His head's elsewhere. He don't want to be at Spurs. That he probably sell him in the summer. You can tell.
Did you see the goal we conceded, bro? He literally let it run in front of him.
Yeah, he let it run.
He had the ball, bro. He had possession. He just let it run. He's like, oh yeah, I can't be Arsenal anymore. And then Romero just goes and let him score. And then there was other points in the game. Romero's just stepping forward. He doesn't give a fuck about what's going on. But it's like he wants to score. You know, you're at that point. Your team's losing. You're playing football. You're like, fuck it. I just want to get my goals. I don't care. I'm going home and I'm leaving with something. And that's what he's seeing. He's halfway checked out, 100%. Romero did not come to Spurs to be battling mid-table. And I don't blame him for being checked out. But also, when you're putting in performances like this, you've been at fault for at least 10 goals this season. He's not good enough. Ready to let him go. And yeah, I was wrong about Romero. No doubt about that. He's great away from Spurs. And I think if he goes on to another club like Atleti, you'll probably see an amazing defender. It's never going to be shown at Spurs, though.
Yeah, 100%.
Can I just quickly say this? Yeah, I actually genuinely I don't know what Spurs fans have to look forward to. At all. I'm not even trying to do like a banter thing, because I genuinely don't think your owners or Levy are interested in the slightest in winning any trophies, in winning leagues. You know,
I know we got to look forward to. I got a Beyonce concert and a Kendrick Lamar one in July, bro.
Hey!
And how about Afro and a 50 Cent and Mary J. Blige? We got plenty to look forward to. Trust me,
bro. Yeah? How are you not depressed, bro? I can't. I just look at your club and I'm like, you don't sign any stars. You always sign these players that you develop, which you'll eventually sell on, like most of them. You don't win anything when you get to a final.
It's funny, LB. You came from this. Do you think? Do you know what's? You know these guys that come from the mud. These guys that come from the mud. They get themselves into a nice life, and then they try to act like they're better than the people in the mud. Like, you didn't come from there, LB. When you grew up, LB. You're about. I'm just gonna guess your age. You're in and around 30 years of age, yeah. In and around, not just guessing, yeah. So you would have grown up for at least your whole childhood, your whole of school life. You'd have watched your team be shit, just battling for relegation, battling for championship, battling for league, like all of these nothing. You're literally a nothing club. So when it comes to having these conversations, you should be telling, you're like, guys, let me take control here. I've been here. Let me tell you guys how to handle it. You know how to handle it better than everyone. So you tell me, LB, how did you have hope things were going to get better when you were battling for Sean Bolter back in 01-02? He was your top goal scorer. How was you faring? How did you have hope?
Do you want me to genuinely answer that question?
Yeah.
Is that like we obviously got relegated and then we got promoted. So we had something to cheer about when we got promoted. We was never really that often a mid-table club for that long. You know what I mean? In Premier League era necessarily, yeah. Whereas you've just been floating around 10th to 5th, yeah, doing nothing for 25, 30
Definitely
years.
Not 10th to 5th. We finished outside of 6th like twice in 20 years, bro. I don't know what you're doing there. We finished from 6th and upwards.
So 6 and upwards. All right, okay. So sorry, that changes a lot. Basically, still with
football. Well, it does.
That's the point I'm trying to make. Basically, you floated around for 25 years doing absolutely nothing. Yeah. Like, what have you got to look forward to? You've got nothing to look forward to. So
you floated around for 100 years, done nothing, and then the last 15 you've done something. It's like, oh yeah, we're the best club around. Nah, mate, history is history.
Interesting to have a look how many trophies my club won compared to yours before the takeover. We could do that. I don't think it'd be mad.
I mean, there'd be a big difference. There would be a big difference, actually.
I'm not sure there would be a huge difference, to be honest with you. But like I say, I'm just asking you what you've got to look forward to. You've got nothing to look forward to. You buy all these young players that you'll then sell on for profit. You then sack a manager. You go through the whole cycle again. There's nothing happening at your club until you get rid of these owners.
There's got a point in what is the future at Tottenham? Is there an evolution?
What do you stand for? What does your football club stand for?
There is to do, apparently, whatever the fuck that means.
There is to do, apparently, but we don't.
What does that mean? There is to do.
Nobody knows, mate. Nobody knows why they're even around, mate. Like that's the perfect motto. Nobody knows what that club's supposed to be, what it's supposed to do. They got a stupid motto that says "To there is to do." They got a chicken balancing on a fucking basketball, yeah, sat on top of their stadium, yeah, and then they've got Sonny. Say hi, get out of here, man. The club's finished. Another one, yeah. Us, Chelsea, Man United, and Spurs dusted, all of us, never coming back to being anything. Too much crap.
You're fact, Obi. Yeah, you listen to League Gunner. All of us have nothing to be happy about. So I'm with Lee, man. I love how you brought in Arsenal, Man United, and Chelsea that conversation. You're right, bro. Yeah, all of us have got nothing to be happy about. We're in the same boat. Yeah, we're in the same boat.
None of our clubs are interested in actually winning.
Going back to what Lee said a few years ago, Wahali, we have.
I've never said that word ever again.
Jords, wait, who's in the same boat as you?
No, Lee said this. Ask Lee, yeah.
Wait, yeah. What did you say? What did you say?
Man United, Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea, all finished.
Like, if you were finished, are you?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, don't you start, Don. Fucking hell.
No, say something, Don. You know you don't believe it. Say something. Back your club.
I don't need to go back and forth doing that Proctor right now, innit? I don't need to do that right now. All I'm going to do is just document, bro, and I'll revisit it. You know what I mean?
Man's documenting it. Okay, he's got the files out now. Yeah, the Lee files.
Let me ask the question though, John. The Vinay, you got Vinay appointment though, innit? Is that are you kind of happy with that?
I would say that's one thing. I haven't even done research into it. I've ignored the appointment because I heard as soon as it happened, I went and read the group chat, and Lee said he led Arsenal through their absolute worst time as a CEO. He was one of the worst CEOs to take control of Arsenal. Didn't accomplish anything. So what do I have to be? Arsenal fans were laughing, at the appointment. So if they were fuming, then I'd be happy. No Arsenal fan was fuming that we picked him up. So clearly, it's not a good appointment from all purposes. And he's replacing
the guy done a deal with a fraudulent bird posing to work for a car company. She hired an office, hired some staff that were in on the scam, and then conned Arsenal Football Club into doing the sponsorship with them. Yeah, and then Vinay sat there signing the contract with her. Turns out she didn't even work for the company. Yeah, he then got promoted off of the back of that. Make that make sense. Now you've got him. Good luck.
Yeah. And by the way, bro, honestly, bro, it's just a Tottenham thing to do, man. Why would you go and deal with the
enemy? Now we got one up on Arsenal. When revenge for Sol Campbell.
When David Arsenal said it's a coup, and I was like, bro, what do you mean a coup, man? Like that, bro, like. He didn't really do much at Arsenal. Like,
I think what it was in that sense is that I think I read up Newcastle on them. Apparently, Newcastle were offering big money to bring him in, and because Spurs end up getting him, it was like, oh yeah, it was a coup. No, fuck no. Like, I don't want Arsenal's directors leading my board team now. And being a CEO of football operator, it's just a mess. Tottenham are a mess. It doesn't look like it's getting any better. No, you probably are right, LB. I'm not gonna lie. I don't look forward at next season and being like, it's going to get better next season, 100%. Like, unless we bring in a manager of top quality, like Xavi Hernandez, the only manager I'm going to be happy for. Any of the other ones, like Iraola.
Well, you want Xavi at your club?
I want Xavi Hernandez. Yes, I want Xavi Hernandez.
Okay.
Xavi,
Wow.
I think you got to be. I think you got to be lower your expectations, bro. Maybe go.
You're saying lower my expectations, but again, this is the only manager I'm going to be happy with. You guys are going to tell me, oh yeah, why don't you go bring in Iraola, the guy that's literally lost more games than he's won this year? Like, the guy's not fucking good. He's so old.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
He's the new shiny. I guarantee you.
He's had a lot of injuries.
I know a lot of injuries, bro. The guy's dropped.
He doesn't have the budget that you lot have. He doesn't have the budget that you lot have.
Doesn't matter.
He's flawed, bro. He plays against teams. He only beats teams in the transitions. He looks good, just like Brentford and so on. Yeah, they look good against big clubs. Because big clubs open up against them. They're gonna play through. They ain't doing low. Any team that does a low block against Bournemouth, they clamp them. Bournemouth have been shit this season.
No, they're a good team, and he's out tactic them. Like, let's not do this, bro. He's beat them based on his own.
Do you know Bournemouth have only won 2 more points this year than Tottenham in 2025? They've only picked up 2 more points. 2 more points. But people are trying to sit here and tell me that this manager should take over my club.
First of all, why are you trying?
Because people have told me that this is the manager that we should get. Tottenham have been shit this year.
If he gets a bigger budget, yeah, he will do a better job.
No, but put the budget to the side, though, Saeed. Put the budget to the side. 2025, from the first of 2025, you talk about injuries. Spurs have had loads of injuries as well. So that's besides the point. The teams that we played, Bournemouth beat us. One of Bournemouth's wins this year were against Spurs. So clearly they're a better team than us, but they've only tracked to get 2 more points than us in 2025.
Bro, you got to remember, he lost 2 of his strikers, in one.
And he's still back 4 at Newcastle. He's still back 4 at Newcastle. With 9 injuries, so it's not an excuse, is it?
No, it is an excuse. He lost 2 of his strikers in one goal. Evan Nelson was one of the top goal scorers. He come back.
Let me tell you this. You know why you're wrong, yeah? You know why you're wrong, Saeed? Because in the last 5 games, they've got no win. They've had Evan Nelson back.
Yeah, I know that, but they're in bad form. They're really, really in bad form.
So that's bad form, even with the players.
He's an overrated manager. Look where they are.
He is overrated.
They were fighting for Champions League points, man. Like, come on.
No.
And they haven't been because they've been in bad form.
Did you expect them to be there? Did you expect them to be there?
No, but at the end of the day,
because they didn't expect to be there doesn't mean they can't be there.
Come on, what are we doing here, man?
Just because nobody expects it doesn't mean it can't happen, Saeed.
Are we actually saying that Iraola's a bad coach? Because
I don't think he's a bad coach. I think he's overrated.
He's not bad coach, but I don't say he's the man that Tottenham should go for.
Yeah, same.
Who should have gone for?
McKenna, man.
Well, I would have sacked Conte. I would have given Conte the fucking money that he needed and kept Conte.
Conte wanted to leave. LB, you're wrong. Conte wanted to leave. Conte was having health issues and all these things. He wanted to go back to Italy, bro. He left.
What's your take on McKenna, bro?
I won't say
he's overrated. He's overrated, man.
Don't get me wrong. Again, they play.
Not all of us want championship managers.
I don't want championship managers. I want proven managers.
Yeah, it's no coincidence here that track records do actually exist and track records get results. I mean, you've only got to look at Hansi Flick. Yeah,
that's my guy.
Look at track records here. All these hipster managers here that have won fuck all. And players. You get hyped up into the moon off of one scoring streak in the Premier League from a newly promoted team. Turns out they're normally shit. Yeah, where's Evan Ferguson now? 100 million quid he was a couple of years ago.
Jords,
where's he now?
You didn't clock what
injuries.
You didn't clock what John's chance. He thought, you know what? I've had a championship manager. How about you get a championship manager as well? He wanted to bring you down in the mud even
My
more.
club could never.
I'm confused why he said he's overrated because this guy was doing up McKenna prop and saying, we should bring him.
Yeah.
This is before Premier League football as well. It's crazy. Before Premier League football.
You know my channel. Hold on a minute. You know where my channel is. Why do you misquote me, man? I was arguing with Griggs. Shout out to the American guy. I was arguing saying I don't want McKenna.
But you said that.
He's a novice and he's not good enough. Why are you misquoting me, guys?
Didn't you want Carrick as well?
Sounds better. I can't lie. It does sound better.
There's one of these guys, man. I actually said Thomas Frank was a decent manager.
That's what happens to do.
Thomas Frank, a decent manager. You should go for Thomas Frank.
Yeah,
based on what? How many trophies has that guy ever won?
Oh my God, here we go now, man. Bloody
You're telling me Brentford's the only club he's ever managed then?
Hey?
Is Brentford the only club he's ever managed? Why can't it? And even if it is, why can't he win a League Cup?
He's done a good enough job at Brentford, though. Have we not said he's done a good job at Brentford?
No, he ain't won nothing.
Bro, of course.
No, I think he's done an okay job, but are you saying that he's ready to take the job at Tottenham?
Yeah, I think he could.
What we're doing here, it's a sport. The aim is to win, mate, not finish ninth and say, oh, he plays good football. Nobody cares what it looks like. That's a personal preference of what it looks like.
Bro,
it's a sport.
No, but you got to realize Tottenham's level right now ain't going to get a Xavi Hernandez. Let's be honest. We're not.
I don't get that. Xavi Hernandez isn't in a job. He's not in a job. Any club can get him who's going to offer the money. If Spurs are going to offer him the money that, not be funny, he was coaching in Qatar League for however many leagues, and you're telling me that he won't accept a job in the Premier League.
No, but that's for
That was because he was starting.
Okay, but Spurs were paying Conte the second highest in the whole of Europe.
You would have to do that again. You'd have to
okay, go out there and do it. It's not like we haven't done it a few years ago. We've done it with Conte and Mourinho. I'm pretty sure Xavi will come in and be one of the highest paid managers in the league.
But are they going to give him what he wants in terms of the players?
Oh, then that's another question. Spurs aren't even know manager they want with regards to players. But that's just
Xavi's going to say, I'm in this phase of my career now where the next club that I manage, I have to do well. Are you going to give me the players that I need? And Levy's going to turn around and say, no, I'm going to buy you this 19-year-old from Burnley or this 19-year-old from Leeds.
But you know what? With that, I don't know, because when you look at his team at Barcelona, he brought through most of the young players that are playing right now, all the ones that are thriving. Gavi, he likes working with young players. So if they show him, be like, look, we're putting together some of the really young players, talented squad. You aren't going to have the expectation to perform in that first year or so. But after that, we want you to really coach these players and improve and take it to the next level. We'll bring in some experienced additions. This is obviously all he say, she say. They might not do this. Spurs are very unlikely to go out there and get Xavi Hernandez. That's right. But that is my manager, my dream manager of who I want, because I don't think there's many other managers out there that are proven.
What is it that you think that he can bring to your club?
I just told you, he works with young players. He's an actual coach. I feel like we need a coach. We don't need someone that's going to come in and demand players to come in and, I want systems and all of this. He does have a system, a 4-2-3-1. It's an attacking system. Similar.
Premier League, you need to be more than just a coach. You need to be a good manager. You need to be, you know what I mean?
I think Xavi's good at all of that.
George, would you take Marco Silva?
He's really good at all of that.
Would you take Marco Silva?
No, actually, Marco Silva's the one for the Premier League I would like. I think he's the one that I think's gone through adversity. He's had these bad spells at sort of Everton and Watford where he's learned, and in Fulham right now, he's really starting to pick up and find his form. They play some good football and they're adaptable. So he's the one for the Premier League I'd look at. I'd be like,
the only thing I'll say about Silva, you just outlined it, because one of my brethren supports Spurs. He wanted him. He's like, that's something I want. But he always seems to get a team to their highest point, and then it kind of always goes like that. With Fulham, it's not happened yet, but you've seen it with Watford, you've seen it with Everton. You can always take a team up, but then they come crashing down. That's the only kind of caveat with him. But then, end of the day, it is your club. End of the day, so what's new? When
people are sitting there saying that, Brentford, they're not supposed to. Nobody expect, they can't win it. They've got a small team, a small budget. Go around every single country in Europe, and go and have a look at the last 5 years, cup finalists and winners. How comes Toulouse and Nantes have won it in the last 3 years?
Brentford got to a semi-final now.
Where's PSG? Where's PSG and Marseille? Why didn't they win it?
Where's Brentford? Where's Brentford? How much? What's the owner of Brentford?
George, remember, Brentford
okay, cool. So do you tell me who's in the German Cup final? Tell me who's in the final. A third division team.
I'm saying
there was a third division team in the French Cup final a couple of years back.
Okay.
Yeah, how are these teams able to get to a final? He's won nothing, so no, it's a sport. The aim is to win.
He stabilised the club in the league.
What's their worth?
They all get an equal share of TV revenue, so there's 100 million guaranteed.
Bro,
now tell me how much Toulouse's budget is.
If a team comes into the Premier League, he's been there for about 5 years now, maybe even longer, 6 or 7.
Whoa.
Brentford have been there for at least 5 years. They've been in the Premier League for at least 5.
4 years, bro. 4 years.
Since 2021.
2021, yeah.
4 years. So 4 years, this is 5th season, yeah?
Yeah.
Fifth season. if they're in their 5th season and they're tracking to finish mid-table, which they have most years, a 10th to 12th, and in and around that, is that not him just doing his job? Because 5 seasons in the Premier League,
no.
You should be finished in and around 12, at least.
You just come from promotion team, right? And every year, right, it should be a case of, right, they go up per position, you know what I mean? And he's around, what? He could finish maybe 9th this year.
Oh, yay, 8th loser.
He could be,
they're not going to finish. They're literally level on points for 12. They're probably going to finish like mid-table.
That is a good achievement for a team like Brentford.
No, it's not. They've never won a major honour in their entire existence, mate. They're a waste of time.
So what you're saying is, with your logic right now, I'm struggling to understand it, right? So what you're saying is you expect every team in the league to compete every season, bro. That's what you're saying.
I expect teams to I expect teams to have a go at cups. Yeah, fair enough. Brentford ain't going to go and win the league. We know that. Yeah, go and win a cup then.
Do you know what Lee's logic is? This is what he said the other day. He said Leicester's Premier League wins the same as Man City's Premier League win. There's no difference.
Well, it is.
It's just Premier League
Yeah, it is. You both got one trophy at the end of it, mate. It's,
you know what?
It's
You know what?
It's a sport. It's a sport. You start on 0. You play against each other twice to see who's the best. At the end of it, one person wins, the other 19 lost. You then start on 0 and go again. What are we doing here? That trophy ain't bigger than that one because that team's smaller than that team. It's a trophy.
Roms, hold on, before you come in. If Lee was an invigilator, yeah, you don't have invigilators in exams. He's not letting you go to the toilet, bro. He's not letting you go to the toilet. You're strict. Seriously, you're strict, bro.
Listen, let's
very harsh.
Listen, there's 2.4K in the building. Let's move on to Chelsea. We really need to cook Chelsea, man. This is the part where we enjoy the most, yeah, when we cook Chelsea, because they can't get away with drawing to Ipswich, you know, guys. They can't. Like, them man can't. I don't know where Cole Palmer is. Can you not know Cole Palmer?
0 wins against the Tractor Boys.
Lukewarm Palmer, yeah?
He needs to frost it.
They came to your gaff and beat you.
We slapped them by 4. At least we hit them for 4 when we went back. You, on the other hand, bro, they were 2-1.
To be fair, though, they got their payback. You don't know 4 points out of 6 taken from you. That's poor.
That's crazy.
Do your chefing, because I'm going to chef as well. Go carry on.
I'm not going to say too much about Ipswich. We play them next.
That's not guaranteed. That's not guaranteed, really.
And it's a way.
Anyhow, you look bottle this top 4. I think you might have to have a forfeit.
Can I ask you something? Yeah, top 4. If you don't, I think we all agree. Probably top 5 is probably off the cards now. Yeah, if you don't get top 5 and lose this Conference League, he has to go. Like he has to.
Yeah,
it'll be hard to defend him. It'll be hard to defend him, bro. But
no.
What do you mean it'd be hard to defend him? No.
Yeah, it's not hard to defend him. He has to go. Yes or no?
Wait. Let me ask you this, Don.
It's a direct answer. Yes or no?
Did Poch finish on last year?
I think he got 72.
So if he finished, he's on track to finish with a worse season than Poch, and you hated Poch.
How many points?
You absolutely hated Poch.
No,
yeah,
George.
That's what I'm saying. He has to be sacked. He has to be sacked. If he
Don, quickly say yes or no answer. If he doesn't get top 5 and loses confidence, yes or no? Not it'll be hard to defend him. Does he need to be sacked? Yes.
Chelsea got 63 points last year. They're 9 behind that now.
Hold on, Roms. When I'm seeing my team, like I said, yeah, for the past year I've been telling you how shit we are in front of goal, yeah. Like even yesterday, bro. Once again,
you told us Cole Palmer Jackson had the best combinations, so don't be giving up.
Best duo in Premier League part of last season.
That's a fact. But hold on, 2 things can be right at once, bro. 2 things can be right at once. They've got a very good partnership, but at the same time, they're on shocking form, right? Cole Palmer and Jackson right now are drowning, bro. Right? These two are drowning. Once again, yesterday, Roms, yeah, we should have gone 2-0 up. Actually, let me just start off with the lineup because I'm seeing a lot of people trying to blame Maresca for the loss yesterday because we started Chalobah.
Who manages the team?
Yeah, Chalobah at right back or whatever it was. Chalobah didn't even fucking start at right back. This guy was basically playing at a right centre back the whole game, was building up in the free like we do every single game. We had 32 shots, yeah? 32 shots on goal, 4 big chances. Before Ipswich even scored their first goal, we should have been 2 goals up, bro. But once again, I'm seeing Jackson hitting the post. Once again, I'm seeing Enzo getting the ball in the box. Man's hitting it Rose Ed, right? Once again, I'm seeing this keeper moving like a demon, yeah? Once again, I'm seeing clown defending at the back. Cole for the first goal. I don't know what the fuck this guy was doing, right? That's some immature defending, bro. You're looking at Cucurella. He probably thought in his head, Cucurella's got, it's Ben Johnson. He's probably got him there. He switches off. He doesn't look around him. It's 1-0 and Cecil, right? Their first shot on target, right? Second goal, again, poor defending, bro, on that side. You know what I mean? But even regardless of all of that, bro, we absolutely peppered these guys. But once again, we can't put our chances away. Big up Sancho, because when he came on, I thought he did very well. And he scored that goal as well. Finally, a mad goal, right? The first goal that we scored as well, Cucurella, brilliant cross from Noni, right? For me, I'm seeing a lot of people cooking Neto. Bro, Neto was creating some good chances in this game, bro. You know what I mean?
There was also a lot of misses, man, as well. It was hit.
There was a lot of misses, Saeed, but at the same time, bro, I saw this guy create at least 3-4 chances in the space of 25 minutes, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was shocking once again in front of goal, bro, right? Our conversion rate right now is only Leicester is worse, and they got relegated. You know what I'm saying? So people can crash it on Maresca every single result. To me, that's boring. I've cooked Maresca many times this season. Over Christmas, I kept telling you guys, this guy's not using the squad properly. This guy's not using the bench correctly, right? When we lost to Brighton both games, I absolutely cooked this guy, right? But recently, bro, like I said yesterday, bro, I can't really look at Maresca for that result. People are telling me, oh, why didn't Reece play? Reece is a wafer. Reece can't play that many games, bro. And I'm telling you, if you need Reece James to beat Ipswich, forget the project, throw it away. Throw it away. We did not lose that game because Reece didn't play.
Was you happy with the starting 11?
We drew that game even. We drew that game because once again, we can't finish our fucking dinner. That's the reason why we drew that game, bro. You know what I mean?
So you need a striker then, innit? That's what you need to sign.
Fixtures, man. Follow next.
Was you happy with the starting 11?
Wait, say that again, Roms?
I think my connection's bugging. Was you happy with the starting 11?
Oh, the starting 11 was more than enough to beat these guys. More than enough, bro. People are complaining about Chalobah, but bro, Ipswich barely even had the ball most of the game. They barely had the ball most of the game. We were keeping the ball. We were creating many chances, multiple chances.
Oh, but you gotta remember, yeah.
Would you like to see Tyrone Jords? The
thing I'll criticize Maresca for is once again bringing Nkuku on up top when you know it's useless. It's useless bringing him up top. Why are you bringing this guy on up top again? Like, just bring George on. I'm tired of seeing Nkuku up there. It's a waste of time, right? Jackson's movement in the box is pathetic. I see this guy every single time when it's time to cross the ball. The guy likes to run near post. He'll run near post.
He's not intelligent. Yeah.
Cucurella is a defender.
Can I just make a point?
Yeah, hold on, because this guy's gonna come back. You needed Osimhen, you needed this. We know this.
No. I just want to say, he scored again at the weekend. Yeah, that's his 29th goal of the season. 7 goals in his last 5. Yeah, my baller. Yeah, you all disrespected him in the chat as well. Don't forget, not just Don with cooking here. Yeah, I remember you guys in the chat as well. Yeah, telling me that it was a bum. But he's got 29 goals now.
I was as well, to be fair.
Yeah, bro, the disrespect on this guy's mad. 7 goals in his last 5. Yeah, but obviously Don wanted to save the money for the wages, isn't it? So that's what I'll say. You
know what it is right now.
Go about it, but every time I come on this stream, he scored a goal that weekend again.
Bro, there's serious civil war right now. I'm even having a lot of people in my chat telling me about, you didn't have this energy for Poch. Bro, guys were calling for Poch's head last year in August, September. I told these guys, you guys are ridiculous. First of all, the guy's dealing with a lot of injuries right now. Let's wait for these guys to come back. Let's actually wait for him to fix up, because I agree with you lot. The way he's setting the team up isn't right. But let's see if it goes back. This was Poch. This was Poch start of last season. Sorry, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the way he was setting us up in pre-season. Let's see if he can go back to that. Right. I lost patience with Poch in February. I still remember the game. We lost to Wolves 4-2 after we had Nkuku starting, Caicedo, Enzo. I think we even had Lavia start that game. We still lost that game, bro. You know what I mean? That's when I lost patience with this guy. I gave that guy multiple chances. People say, I haven't got energy for the players. Bro, go watch my fan cams from last season. There's many games where I'm like, I can't even look at Poch too tough today. It was the players. Once again, if you go look at the final against Liverpool, 90 minutes was the players, extra time was Poch, right? But people don't think I'm balanced about this because I hated Poch. I wanted Poch. That's one thing people don't understand. I wanted this guy to come in because of the young players we had, right? I actually wanted this guy to come in. I wanted him to do well. But unfortunately, he fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And right now, what I'm seeing with Maresca is a guy who's setting the team up well, right? Especially in the past few weeks. And his players have been pathetic in front of goal. He
coached to win. He coached to win. Weirdest crap in our families as well, Don. He coached to win. The players messed up.
Hold on, Lee. Yeah, Palmer right now is one of my favorite players. You might know how much I love Palmer, right? But he has one of the worst. He has one of the worst conversions in the league right now. Actually, no, he's got the worst in the league right now, bro. The worst. You know what I mean? Out of all the chances he's had the most shots on goal this season. Man are telling me, Maresca's fucked him. Maresca's fucked with him. Why don't you hold any accountability on this guy, bro? Why don't you talk about the amount of times where he can pass the ball, he chooses to shoot, or he can shoot quicker and he chooses to pass, right? Or he takes bare long on the ball. Why is there zero accountability, right?
Yeah, maybe the manager's telling him to do that.
Hold on, I prefer Palmer, bro. You think Maresca's telling him to take bare long on the ball?
Yeah, because guess what? We have the same issue with Odegaard. Yeah, we have the same issue with Odegaard. Yeah, the season before last, he bagged 15 goals. Since then, he ain't shooting anymore.
No, it's
why?
Because
the manager's telling him not to.
Palmer is shooting. Palmer's had the most shots in the league this season, bro. He's just not been clinical, right? That's what it is. People are saying, oh, Poch gave him more freedom, bro. Against Ipswich, I saw man have bare freedom on the pitch. Man was on the left, man was on the right, man was dropping deep. He had bare freedom, right? Let's not run away from these players as well right now. These lot right now are missing chances just like they were last season. But this year, it's even worse, right? Jackson's form this year is worse than last year. Palmer's form this year is worse than last year, bro. You know what I mean? It's a joke.
So who does that come back to then? Because you changed managers. That's the only thing I can say. You changed managers from last year when they were both balling.
Huh?
Last season, you just said their form was better than it is this season. What's the difference? Oh, yeah, the manager.
I told you the main difference. The main difference for me with Palmer this season is that he's not...
The main difference is the manager. Last season, he was balling out with Poch. This season, he's not.
Yeah, but...
Jackson scoring goals last season with Poch. This season, he's not.
So wait, so LB... Not LB, sorry, Lee. So you're trying to say that we should blame Maresca now for the amount of chances that Jackson keeps missing? Because he's been getting a lot of big chances, by the way.
Yeah, because guess what? If he's going to continue to keep playing him, it's on him, isn't it?
Exactly, bro. And that's why I said over Christmas, you have to punish this guy, drop him. I don't give a shit if Mark Gill was 18 and man want to laugh about it because I watched him on Y Scout. I don't give a fuck, right? Jackson right now is not playing well. You drop him, yeah? You drop him. If you've actually watched this guy, you will know in the box, the guy has way smarter movement than Jackson. Way smarter movement than Jackson. Jackson came, I keep telling you, man, Jackson came to Europe in 2019 from Senegal, bro. He didn't have this development that these guys had in Europe. He's learning as he goes along. Right? He should not be in a position where we're dependent on him to play every single game as if he's fucking Isak, right? Maresca could have dropped this guy time ago and tried something different. You know what I mean?
So your manager's throwing the season away then?
I think for me, it still comes down to the manager, right? Everything, like all roads lead to the dugout, right? You got to remember, he
hasn't got all of his players. He needs his pieces like your manager, right?
Yeah, well, you know what it is for me though. Yeah, I look at it and I'm like, like accountability still has to be on the manager. Yeah, the players are missing chances, but it's the way you guys start the games. Like, there's a lack of excitement about Chelsea. I don't see the plan of what you're trying to do. I don't really see it. I'll be honest with you. There's not coaching on the team. They're playing out from the back. What is the instructions from the manager to play out from the back? The constant recycling of this and that. Like, it's a lot of it comes down to Maresca. The players are not thriving in the Maresca system. That's what it boils down to. And you can see that there's not an enjoyment in the way they play. They're looking stressed. They're pointing at each other. They're not very kind of. There's no freedom involved in the system, bro. And ultimately,
we started the game off very well. We started the game off very well, but we should have literally been 2 goals up in 10.
Yeah, but then I see the actual team and the way it's managed after that. It's like it's just free for all. Like, and then they come out second half, and it's like, yeah, cool. There was a little bit of a bounce back and whatnot, but I still think the whole team. There's no cohesion in the team, bro. You can see it. You can see it, bro.
Did you not think
I
as well,
genuinely look at the team and I'm like, bro, what's going on, man?
Do you not think as well, bro? They're just like spamming balls into the box, though, as well.
Spamming balls into the box.
This is what I'm saying, though. People need to realize that these players, especially our attackers right now, they are not confident. And that's why I wanted this game against Ipswich. I literally tweeted it, and my tweet's even still there. I wanted this game to be everybody eats to get confidence back into the team, right? Because it's an absolute shambles how Cucurella is our highest goal scorer in 2025, right? It's very obvious right now that our attackers right now are not confident, bro. They are pathetic in front of goal. Yeah, they have been pathetic in front of goal, bro. I'm sorry, I can't ignore the stupid chances I'm seeing man missing. I'm sorry, bro.
How much are Clear Lake paying you for this promo, by the way? How much are Clear Lake paying you?
Clear Lake, you know.
It's got nothing to do with Clear Lake. It's got nothing to do with Clear Lake. I'm talking about what I'm watching. And no one can even try to tell me.
You need to get that Specsavers done, I swear.
No one can even try to tell me that I haven't criticized Maresca this season because everyone.
Are you confident for top 5? Be honest.
Was I even confident that we'll beat Spurs, Saeed?
Well, you was giving it to Bertie at the big start of the season. I said to you, you finished 7th. That's where you're going to finish. You seen your fixtures. Your fixtures, you're tapped. You're done. You're out of it.
Start of the season, we were cooking, and like I said, you know, from December onwards, I hated that mentality, bro. Me and Lee were talking about it. The way he was talking down on the team, these guys aren't ready, and that I hated that shit, bro. If we had done our business over Christmas, we're not scrambling. Would have made top 5 already. But look, you know,
if your manager hadn't come out and told the world that you were not in the title race,
that's what I was going to say.
Then the players wouldn't have switched off since Christmas. It's not rocket science, is it?
That was the beginning.
Then it comes back to the manager.
Exactly, bro. And all these Chelsea guys in the thing, oh, you're delusional, you're this and that. Bro, your standards are on the floor, right? Look what's happened to the team now. Ever since he started talking shit about we're not in the race and we're scared and all of these things, and you lot ran away with the gimmick about we're not in the race and that, it was cringy as fuck, right? It was cringy as fuck. Bro.
Just chilled guys. Just the chill guys.
Chill guys and that. Shut up, man. Shut up, bro. You know what I mean? I'm looking around me right now. I'm seeing Man City are a mess. I'm seeing Arsenal right now are a mess. I'm seeing, you know, Liverpool aren't the greatest Liverpool I've seen. But we should run away from it as if we're coming up against Prime Pep and Klopp. Now look at us. We're 6th. You know what I mean? Shame on all of you lot that ran away. I didn't run away from it at the time, bro. I wanted us to go for it. I wanted this guy to play Gil. Man, we're laughing. I wanted this guy to try other things. He wasn't. Yeah? He made Vega and Felix unhappy. They left, right? So, bro, I've cooked Maresca, but I'm sorry. For this game in isolation, I'm looking at the players more. Bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. We should have won that game. We had more than enough chances to win that game.
Bro, who thinks they're getting top 5?
Crazy.
I don't believe they're getting top 5.
No.
LB, no. Wrong.
Did he say it's the fans' fault you conceded the second?
Bro, he basically insinuated that. He was like, what it was, yeah. Sanchez gave the ball away. Sanchez gave the ball away, and straight away people were booing and that, innit? Now, right now, put it this way: there's definitely a rift between Maresca and the fan base right now. It reminds me of Sorry, right? The way we're playing right now, people hate it.
This normally calls for the beginning of the end. When you lose the relationship with the fans,
you lose the relationship with the fans,
it's up and down, though. I told you already, bro. Start of the season, man, we're loving him off, bro. All he needs to do right now is to get back to winning ways, and fans will start to change again. That's what happens with these Chelsea fans. They're very fickle, man. They're fickle.
That's football fans in general, though, to be fair. That's not just the Chelsea fans.
What did he say, though? What did he actually say, bro? Have you got the quote?
What did he say?
He spoke about the environment. Like, we lost a bit of confidence.
I've seen that video, to be fair.
They were booing.
It was a bit toxic, though.
The fans were booing. We conceded, I think it was, and then they started booing or whatever.
They're doing that of his own wrongdoing, so he can't now call them out. It doesn't make sense. It's like he wants to break down relations even more.
When did the fans start booing? At 1-0 or 2-0?
Sanchez gave the ball away. I'm pretty sure they booed after that. I can't remember, innit? But it's just.
He said the second goal we decided to play it long because of the environment. Yeah, and then we conceded from that.
Oh yeah, that's what he's saying. So basically Sanchez
he's saying that because they booed, because they were getting booed. Yeah, the fucking no, that's why we rushed the pass and conceded the second. How about defend? How about that?
Yeah.
So just to clarify, then, just to understand what happened here, Chelsea are 1-0 down at home to Ipswich, who are getting relegated. They spent 1.5 billion. They're not technically at that point in the top 5. The fans decide to boo a goalkeeper who, for me, is the worst in the league, and the manager's having a pop at the fans.
Yep.
The manager needs to leave the fans alone. Do your job.
That's what I said, LB. I told you they're finished as well, mate. Yeah, man, they're finished.
He just needs to
start policing the fans, yeah? You're finished, bro. You're finished.
Good process.
Yeah, you're finished.
He needs to finish the season off well, man, and get top 5. But like I said,
we're gonna be here, man.
If Jackson and Palmer don't pick up their form, we ain't making top 5. That's how we're gonna make top 5.
By the way, as well, to be fair, he got an assist yesterday, didn't he? Was it?
He got an assist. Hey,
1v1 demon. Went past his back.
Stats wise. Oh, he's on 10.
How many goals he got now?
No. But he's still only got 7 in the league, by the way.
He's got 10 goals for the first time in his career.
He's still on 7 with 6 games to go.
How many other competitions?
He's got more than 10 now. More than 10, yeah.
He found this level in midweek. He scored twice against Legia Warsaw, didn't he? Or got a goal against.
He's got 1 goal in the Conference League qualifiers and then 2 goals in the actual Conference League.
He's found his level.
We'd have a lot more, but we wasn't really playing him at the beginning. But yeah, man, right now
you ain't winning that Conference League either, by the way. Just letting you know.
All right,
I've been telling you that all season. You laughed at me. You won't be laughing when your team get knocked out.
Let's listen. Let's move on to Arsenal, man. We got to pray for Arsenal, guys. You know what I mean? Them man are, you know.
We do need. I'm gonna go to church after this. I need to pray that we don't concede early.
Lee, look, I'll be honest. I didn't watch it on here, but I know when Tierney's disallowed goal went in, you must have lost your.
I know, man. I checked the celebration.
You must have been.
No, do you know what? I thought it was offside, yeah. So I didn't really go over the top, yeah.
Oh, fair.
So I just sort of like put my arms out. I was like, yeah, what you telling me now about my baller? Yeah, and then I looked at it, I was like, oh, it is offside. I thought it was.
He had a solid game. Nothing was going down his side.
Game,
He had a solid game.
Yeah, but do you know why? I was chilling. Me, Matty, and Ola was sitting on that watch along, chilling for 61 minutes, just vibes in with the chat. Yeah. And then this manager decided to be a prat, and that's why I don't rate him. Yeah, but you take Tierney off, you take Ethan off, and you take Zinchenko off. Why? You bring Odegaard on, totally slows the whole game down.
Zinchenko was playing well as well.
He was wicked, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was breaking lines for fun. Like he kept splitting them.
Yeah. Then Odegaard comes on. Then what? Oh yeah, we literally looked worse, and then we conceded. Yeah, it's embarrassing. Yeah, he pissed me off in that game, man. Yeah, Declan Rice was fuming as well after the goal winning. Right, he played well. He played really well. Yeah, and I don't know why he brought Skelly on. Just keep Tierney on. It makes no sense. I don't know why he took Ethan on for Saka. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, he threw that whole half an hour. Yeah, and he thinks he's smart, which is why they have a chance, mate. Yeah, if we can score 3 in 12 minutes against them, they can do likewise, isn't it? Yeah, because that's what we did the other night. 2 of them were screamers. Yeah, and then we got the 3rd goal. So listen, if we can score 3 against Madrid, they can score 3 against us. It's as simple as that. And if they get go on.
Just quickly on the league, I know we're talking about Champions League, right? You know, if Arsenal would have won the 3 games that they drew in the last 5, they'd be only 6 points behind Liverpool, and they've still got to play Liverpool, which would actually it would have left this last 6 games in an actual decent little.
I know,
but injuries LB. Apparently, it's the VAR.
Who them 3 games you've drawn against? Brentford and who else?
Fulham,
Everton.
Just on Jords as well.
Some of them have been when they're not really been. Like they've kind of given up, basically. So.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah, but you can't say that because he said he was not going to
over my dead body. He said.
And I'm saying that had they won those 3 games, they'd be 6 points behind Liverpool, and they've still got to play Liverpool.
Yeah, but don't worry, LB. It's David Coote's fault for sniffing what he sniffed. Yeah, and talking about Klopp. Yeah, it's PGMOL's fault. Exposed, robbed every week. Yeah, good one. Yeah, what about Liverpool's handball?
How many games have you drawn?
Yesterday,
12.
We've drawn 12. Listen to this stat, yeah? Here's a stat for you. They can play all the refs in the world they want, yeah? In the last 2 seasons, before this season, points dropped from winning positions, Arsenal 17 points, right?
Oh.
This season, 16. Well, and we're going to drop more, by the way, because if we get through, yeah, then we've got a 2-legged semi-final. They're throwing the Prem away, totally. Yeah, if we don't get through, they're throwing it away totally because they're on the beach.
Lee, let me ask you something, yeah?
We'll be lucky to finish in that top 4.
Do you think... No, you're getting top 4.
We can still finish 5th yet, mate. Trust me. We can finish 6th as well.
I think you just...
The teams... You've done just about enough. You've done just
about
enough.
No. Yeah, we are literally... Yeah, 4th. We are literally 7 points ahead of Newcastle, who are flying at the minute.
Wait, Lee, did you say you might drop out?
They also have a game in hand.
Man, it won't be, man.
You wait.
You're doing too much now, Lee. You'll get top 5. Come on, you'll get
No. Let me explain the logic behind this. Yeah, Newcastle, if they win their game in hand, yeah, will be 4 points behind Arsenal. Yeah, and their game in hand's on Wednesday against Crystal Palace. Yeah, they've won the last 4 games. Newcastle, they're flying. Yeah, they could genuinely finish above us.
No, but look at the next 3 games, though, man. Ipswich, come on, you're going to beat them. Crystal Palace, you'll beat them.
Probably said the same about Fulham, Everton, and Brentford as well.
True.
We lost to West Ham at home this season.
Don't forget about West Ham.
Yeah.
Saeed, I ain't even buying this thing about Arsenal had their eye on the Champions League coming in the week, because I've seen many of these performances this season. Right? They have 12 draws for a reason. They have a creativity issue. They've got a finishing issue. This is not the first time. Yeah,
we've still got to play Newcastle as well, by the way, and we don't even have a shot against them, so they could beat us.
Yeah,
and you've got to play us before.
And we've got to play you.
Top 5. You know, shall I tell you what top 5 is, guys?
I did say it was going to be a top 4 race this season. I got laughed at all year.
You lot overrate this top 4, 5. It's who can be the most consistent. That's all it is.
Yes,
it's who can get 1 or 2 games out of maybe 5. Who can win? Like, that's all it is. It's not like I think Arsenal will win enough games more than a Chelsea, Forest, Villa, and Newcastle. That's what it is.
We'll win more than Chelsea because their final 6 games.
Okay, that's one thing. That's one thing. We'll win more than Nottingham Forest because they fell off. They're falling off now, and I actually feel for them. They're going to fall off. 2 wins on the bounce now. Lost. City, are they going to? City might drop points against Villa coming up. You never know. Like, so you're winning enough games for you to get there, man.
You're the least shit out of everyone, bro. That's why you.
Yeah, we are the least shit, but at the same time, but at the same time, if we do not get through on Wednesday night, they're gone. Their heads are gone. They'll be on the beach. If we do get through, we now have to play a semi-final over 2 legs. You think they're going at it in the league?
No, but you'll still beat Ipswich, and that puts you on 66, and that's what I'm aiming for.
Yes,
bro, we're not going to beat Newcastle. We ain't beating Liverpool. There's 2 games straight away.
You don't need to. I'm saying I'm looking at 66 points to get to. That's what I'm looking for as a target to get Champions League. You need to win 1 game to get to that number, and we ain't getting more than 66 points. Ain't no way.
Yeah, you got 6 games left. What's 18 points? So you reckon you drop 7 points?
Well, we'll get beat off Villa. That's one.
Sure? I'm not so
sure.
sure.
When are you playing this weekend away at Everton? That's going to be a tough game.
That's a tough game.
When do you play Villa?
Next weekend. Next weekend. Midweek.
And that's what I'm saying, Saeed.
Yeah, midweek on Wednesday. Yeah, next Wednesday.
Yeah, but again, that depends because if they overturn that PSG result, they're all of a sudden they're now like taking their foot off the gas because now they're thinking, shit, we've got to play Arsenal or probably Arsenal. Yeah, that's now a semi to get to a final with the champs. Is he going to put his eggs in that basket? He did that with us in the Europa League.
Saeed, I'm not coming to no full-blown conclusions for no one because teams around us have still got to play with each other, bro.
I am with Chelsea. Yeah, I don't think you'll get in top 5.
Yeah, Chelsea done.
I'm not confident that we will, but I won't be surprised if we do. I'll be real.
Nah, I'd be surprised. Genuinely, it's real talk. I'd be surprised if you got top 5 now.
I won't be surprised, like, because what Saeed is saying right now, for me, I think we could have actually got it this month. All we had to do was beat Ipswich, beat Fulham, and fucking beat Everton, and for me, that would have done it. But,
yeah, and you didn't do that.
That sounds a bit like Arsenal. Yeah, Fulham, Brentford, and Everton, and West Ham.
Seriously, how many wins do you see?
But it's the refs' fault.
Don, you got Fulham away, Chelsea, Everton at home, Liverpool at home, Newcastle away, United at home, Forest away. How many points you get?
Bro,
Boy.
It'll go. Listen, Forest at that point, would they be on the beach?
I think
Fulham away.
You won't beat Liverpool. You won't beat Newcastle. You'll beat United. You'll draw against Forest. I think you might get maybe 5 points max.
I'm looking at.
Everyone's got tough fixtures, man. Everyone's got tough fixtures.
We've got the easiest fixture running out of everyone.
Don't forget the narrative,
bro, man. Relax yourself, man.
Don't forget the narrative. Don't forget the narrative.
Nah, this guy, bro. You literally could have 3 down against Palace. I was watching that game,
6 points straight away, surely.
Hey,
we got to play Wolves at home and Southampton away. That should be 6 points straight away.
That was Southampton, yeah, but I don't know about Wolves.
Yeah, Wolves are weird. You don't know what Wolves are going to turn up.
4 games in a row, man. They've won 4 games in a row.
On the beaches. That should be a win.
Are they on the beach? I don't know, man.
Well, they're getting relegated.
They've not won a game in the last 5 matches. They're on the beach, man.
Southampton are, but I'm not saying Wolves are.
I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping teams like Newcastle now will be on the beach at that point, bro. We play them in May. I'm hoping for that, bro. You know what I mean? You know what? You might as well discuss the game, Man City game, because I'm telling you now. I don't know if you guys watched it. I watched it. Yeah. I watched it.
if Palace had got that 3rd goal,
I agree.
Would have been over.
If buts and maybes, yeah. Well,
and also that free kick as well. That Kamada, bro, he's a prick, man. I can't stand
He started it. It was him.
He started the flipping whatever. Then City just absolutely tore him apart.
Yeah, we cooked him after that. And what?
That's you cooked him, yeah. Yeah.
You know
what I mean? So
it's what it is, man.
KDB turned up.
KDB turned there and went, fucking hell, lads, we ain't getting beat 3-0 off Villa, and then just thought, I'll sort it out, and then sorted it out.
Yeah.
We won the game, 3
it was
points.
a KDB show.
It looks like KDB wants to stay in England.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you see after the games, the comments, I'm not too sure. It could be on the cards that stay in the country. I'll take him for a 1-year deal over Sabozla any day. I'll take him.
I reckon he goes Arsenal.
Oh, get out of here, man.
You're going fucking
You're trolling.
Nah, bro, Arteta let me get one of another former players. You never know, you know. Like
Saeed, I can't lie. Saeid, I think it'll be perfect for one of your 10s. I think it'll be.
And he's got a better. He's got a better
Odegaard.
No. I think it'll be perfect for you, Saeid. I think it'll be amazing.
No, you're trolling.
You know what? He's got a better.
Would you not want that? Would you not want a KDB over Odegaard? Be honest.
Not this version. No, I don't want either of them.
Oh my god!
I don't want either of them. Do you know why? Yeah, I don't want.
KDB's better than De Bruyne.
The way we play, KDB would be fucked after 15 minutes of the game. Let's just be real with it. His legs have been gone for 2 years. He's been a great player and all that, but his legs have been gone for 2 years.
I feel fitter. He said, "I feel fitter than more than ever."
But he's going to say that he's trying to get a new club size.
Yeah, he's going to say that, wouldn't it?
He ain't going to say I'm overweight and my fucking legs are gone. Like, do you know what I mean? He ain't going to say that, is he?
Nah, but come on, bro. KDB would for a year though, Lee. You wouldn't take KDB.
No.
You just, I don't get it. You've got an agenda against KDB. I've noticed.
I haven't got an agenda. I rate KDB.
I've noticed you, bro. You have got
the biggest agenda. Man, put bare guys ahead of KDB in it.
Bare guys ahead of it, bro. It's crazy.
How long?
Come on, bro, man.
What do you mean, how?
Player, man.
How long?
How's it a howler? I've seen the entire of Premier League since its inception in '92. You probably weren't born.
You probably think Matidi's better than KDB as well, blood.
No, I never put him ahead of him.
You know what I mean?
So you telling me he's better than Zola? Then you telling me he's better than Zola?
But I didn't watch Zola. But
well, there you go. So you're not qualified to answer the questions, then, are you? I am, because I've seen him.
Is Zola on White Scout on now?
Get White Scout out. Get White Scout out, mate. Check out Zola. Yeah.
Listen, I know what type of player Zola was, innit? But like, I wasn't watching.
Yeah, but this is my point. Unless you've actually witnessed it, you don't know how good some of these other players were. So when I'm saying that, it's based off of watching these players' actual careers. Yeah. So all these idiots in the chat that are chatting shit, oh, this and that, every time, and then people posting it all over Twitter and TikTok and all this crap. Oh, you don't know what he's talking about, bro. If you weren't born, shut up. Yeah, not you. I'm just talking in general. Yeah.
They can watch the tapes and that. They can watch games.
Yeah, but unless you were their side, you don't know.
So who's better than him then? Say their names again.
Just go on Twitter. I ain't rewinding it and doing it again. Fuck that.
No.
Just go on Twitter and rewind
Listen,
listen. I say this, yeah. He is for me like fucking elite level player. But should Arsenal be taking it? No, Arsenal need to look for the future, yeah. Right, and that. So that I wouldn't. If I was Arsenal, I probably wouldn't sign it. And as good as he was, and he was fucking awesome at the weekend, yeah. We've not had that many, and the City fans will know we've not really had that many performances from KDB this year. So for me, yeah, I want him to go Saudi. Yeah, I want him to go get the bag in Saudi. If that's what I want him to do, but obviously it's up to him what he does. But listen, I think you know, maybe could he go Barca and be a rotator there? Could he go Bayern Munich and be a rotator there? Maybe they might take him as a bit of a rotator player. I don't know, but
wheel it back down the Chelsea.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but yeah, he was very good. He was very good, and of course, then obviously, like City fans, we start having that debate about should we keep him, should we not? Like, is this the right move? But I don't know. If we get Wirtz or like we get an elite level player, then I think it's probably the right move. If we don't, then everyone's gonna be saying, "What the fuck do we let him go?" Because remember, he didn't want to go; he wanted to stay.
Yeah,
it was the club. The club have told him that it's time to move you on, innit? So you would have to assume that the club have got someone lined up. Now, obviously, that man is probably going to be Wirtz, but there's a lot of talk in the media about him wanting to go Bayern. So, what's all that about? Is that just speculation? Are we? I don't know. So,
swap deal for Musiala.
Huh?
Swap deal. Oh, no, it's out of contract, isn't he? I was going to say swap deal for Musiala. He's out of contract.
Yeah.
When are these charges being announced? Because these journalists are lying fuckers. Yeah, they said it was going to be January, then it was February, then it was the international break last month, and now we're in the middle of April.
No, now they're saying that it might not even be till the end of the season.
Yeah, do you know why? Do you know why? Because we all knew this was going to happen. Now, I even said this on many streams. They're not going to announce that until the season's done. That way, there's no spotlight on the Premier League for 3 months. Yeah, then when it comes back, everyone's forgotten about it.
Yeah, the idea, because what they don't want, they don't want to drop it. So then, like, when Sky are doing their, like, because Sky have like 3 shows at a weekend, TNT have got a game. What they want to drop it, so then they're constantly talking about it. So the ideal thing for the Premier League would be to drop it in the summer. But you know, I don't know. What's that mean? Innit? Does that mean what's going on there? Because you'd think if City are innocent or been found innocent, you'd imagine City white out like ASAP. And
if they've been found guilty, surely if they've been found guilty, the Prem surely would want to get that out as well.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If City were found guilty, then the Prem were like, fuck leaving it till the summer. We're going to get it out now. You just got to deal with the consequences. So I don't know, man. It's difficult to really know. But the thing is with City fans, yeah, and obviously what some of the financial guys are saying in the press is like, if City think they're going to get found guilty, would they have spent £400 million doing a stadium upgrade? Would they have spent 175 million doing transfers in January? Would they have put Haaland on a 10-year contract?
True.
Because I've always said, people always ask me like, "LB, what do you think's going to happen?" I say, I don't have a fucking clue what's going to happen. I'm not seeing what fucking the full evidence. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on. I want to wait. I don't know. I'm just going to wait to see what happens. If we're guilty, we're guilty. If we're not guilty, we're not guilty. But I don't know, man. Like, would City have done all that if they felt they were going to be found guilty?
Maybe they know they're guilty and they're just stockpiling. They're getting new players in now before the ban.
but then surely the players would be like, if we did get relegated, surely Haaland's gonna be like, I ain't fucking staying.
I hope you bust case on all of it. Yeah, because then that'll show every other club in the Premier League that they could have found a way around shit.
Yeah,
that's true, bro. Let's be real. Todd Bowley's gone into Chelsea, sold the training ground, the women's training ground, or the women's ground, or whatever, to himself.
Right?
He sold a hotel to himself, right? And he's found that 8-year death row contracts inside 6 months of being in the country. Why ain't our clubs been doing that then? Yeah, because they obviously knew about it. You're telling me that this guy that didn't know nothing about football is coming to a football club, and found that loophole like that. But we've got people in our clubs, that are equally, if not more, qualified, and they don't know about it. They don't want to win side. That's the point. Man City are trying to win. They're doing whatever they can to win. Yeah.
So do you think then that Chelsea are trying to win?
I think they are, but they're going around it
the wrong way.
I agree. Yeah. I think Chelsea owners are actually they do genuinely want to win. I just think they've not got a clue on like who to buy. Like got to buy it horrifically.
I agree.
I've got to bounce side, my missus outside.
No worries, man. Let's move on to.
Have a good week, lads. Take care.
Yeah,
See you later.
Let's give Liverpool their flowers, man, and also one man in particular, Salah, broken another record, man. Shout out to Salah. You know what I mean?
In a 38-game season, the most in a 38. I think.
How close is it to the Haaland goal one?
I don't think he'll break that. He's 27. Haaland's on 36. So
36.
Yeah, he's on 9. I think he'll break the assist record, but 9 goals in the next
9 goals in 6 games.
And that's just to match it. He'll need 10 to break.
And one of them's against Arsenal, isn't it? Arsenal don't usually concede pure goals.
Conceded, exactly. Yeah. But no, I can't lie. He's breaking records all the time, and he's definitely going to go down as a. People think I hate him, but look, I'll give praise that he's going to go down. He's Premier League legend, and whatnot. And look, the thing is, in football, I think consistency just kind of shrugged off. To do this every season, even in our bad season, putting up numbers. Might not be the prettiest to watch, but putting up numbers, you can't argue with that. And you can see how much he wants to break the assist record because when he was on the right-hand side and he squared it to Diaz, like what a ball outside of his foot. But like he celebrated in a different way. Like he knows this record no one has. Like the assist record no one has. And to get 3 in the next 6-7 games, I reckon he will definitely get it. But in terms of the overall performance, look, I'll take another stinky 2-1, 1-0 wins. It's just 2 wins away.
Had you on the ropes for a little bit, you know.
So we probably got fortunate, but then that's kind of been our story of the season. Champions win when they don't play well. There's about 9, 10, 11 games this season we not play well, but you get the job done. You find a way. Van Dijk coming up trumps because I can't lie. Robbo's getting flack for some reason, but he tried to communicate with Van Dijk. That was actually on Van Dijk. It can throw you off, then it hit off his leg. But the thing is, the goal we conceded was down to Van Dijk, right? But then he rectified it. He's done it in the Carabao Cup final against Chelsea. He comes up trumps. I remember Allianz a few years ago when he scores a header as well. Van Dijk, when he needs to show up 9 times out of 10, I know some people will be smart and say, there's not all the time. They might bring up PSG and they might bring up other stuff, but normally he comes up trump. But look, I don't care about the performance. Just get me the 3 points. Rivals are going to do the thing. Liverpool look poor. They've looked poor all season. We've won games looking poor. So what then? What then? Do you know what I mean? Just give me 2 more wins.
Bro, you're probably in this position as well, where like your players are not playing to the high standards and 100% because they know they've won the league.
100%.
They're probably cruising at like 90%.
Yeah, and I said this last week, LB. Yeah, had Arsenal been closer to our tails, you wouldn't have seen a performance at Fulham. You probably wouldn't have seen a dire performance. I wouldn't say yesterday was dire, but second
That's what I was saying to them. It's
because we've got no one challenging us. We're just kind of resting on our laurels now. And do you know what, LB? You'll remember. You see when we won the league, and then you end up battering us 4-5-1. Do you remember that game? Where you gave us I think you gave us Ghana on and you smashed us.
Yeah.
And then we even went to Arsenal and Arsenal beat us 2-1. I couldn't say this, I had to deal with something else, right? But back to this top 5 race, don't be surprised. I don't want us to do this, by the way, before anyone says this, but don't be surprised if we start giving teams points, because when you've won the league, you kind of lose that motivation. I don't want us to, because I still want us to be professional, but we play. I don't think we lose another game at home. I think I said last week, I think we win the rest of our games at Anfield. I always back us at Anfield, but Brighton away, Chelsea away, some of these funny results, we might give away points once we've won the league, because I can see us kind of dropping motivation. It's happened before. It happened before the season we won the league. We started losing because we wanted to match City Centurions, and then we started just giving away points. So, yeah, you can see we're not playing at 100%. Players know it's pretty much done. It's all but done, but yeah, I just give us the next 2 wins, and then we're kind of coasting.
This Salah Van Dijk contract thing's got me.
Now, same.
You were convinced they were gone.
I
thought they were both going as well, man. You know what I mean? People in my DM saying, LB, you've been saying that they're both leaving. I'm like, yeah, because it was fucking April. They're still not on a contract. Of course, the brother was leaving, man.
Do you hear what they've been saying now, LB? Man. They're saying that they're expecting big things as well. Liverpool, they're saying that.
But then, guys, this is where I'm not going to go overboard. I see that today. Fabrizio put out something, but this could just be PR, because I've heard this summer after summer. I've seen a summer window of Cavallo, which I did rate at the time, Calvin Ramsey, and I can't remember who the other one was. You know, the one summer we actually showed intent, though. After we won the league, there's this myth that we didn't. We signed Jota and Thiago. That's a decent window. We just didn't strengthen our defense.
You've got the ability now, and this is coming from a United fan here. If Liverpool get it right, they could dominate for the next couple of years. They could, if they get it right and back aren't slot this window. They've got Van Dijk for the next couple of years. They've got Salah. If they get key positions in Liverpool, yeah, man, it's worrying. I can't lie.
I'm with you though. I think they're going to go. I actually, because I think we were speaking about this last week on my channel, didn't we? And you, I think this transfer window this summer is going to go off. I think it's going to go off because everybody has to spend. Like Newcastle going to kick on. They finally got money like with the PSR. City obviously need a full squad rebuild. Liverpool didn't spend anything at all this year apart from 10 million. So they've got dough to spend. United need a full squad rebuild. Chelsea need a striker, defender, goalkeeper. Arsenal need a striker.
Man City, there's a lot to do. Even though I think Man City are not gonna fall off, they're still gonna be there. But Arsenal, again, it depends on the striker issue. But if FSG, like I said, they know more than me, Liverpool fans, man. If they say what they're gonna do, if they really get the missing pieces in that team, they could probably retain the league, and then you never know.
I said Saeed, right, and it's documented. I said 3-4 months ago, Van Dijk and Salah extending is the difference, and not extending is the difference between us having a top 5 race or retaining the league. I think if we do what needs to be done, for me, a left back, centre back, DM, striker, and a left winger. But not players just to be squad players that want to fight to be in the starting 11. I think we're 5 players away. I genuinely think we can retain it because I know City have Guardiola and you can never write them off, but I still think it's a big rebuild for them. I've always said Arteta, I don't think he's the manager to win them in the league, and I stay by that. Cup competitions, he's proved that he's won the FA Cup, whatnot, but I don't think Arteta's the guy to win Arsenal the league, and I've retained that opinion. I genuinely believe we can retain. This, but we need to do, because I can't fall into the PR stuff of we're going to have a big summer, because we've been told this a lot. Show me the evidence, and then I can start believing again. But the only thing that makes me think we didn't spend no money last summer. Chiesa for what, 10 to 15 million, and Marmadashvili.
Bro, you'll spend money. You know you should sign, You should sign Matt Guehi and Kirkes as your 2 defenders.
Kirkes is pretty much, I think that's the one, LB, that's pretty much done. He's liking all of the players. I know this happens a lot, but he's liking all of the players' comments. Him and Sabozza have the same agent. Sabozza is apparently speaking to him every day. Kirkes, I think, if there's one signing you lot said, who do you think will definitely get done? I think Kirkes is a done deal, but there's other murmurs of obviously Guehi. I saw something today. We're back in for Anasio apparently because we've been linked to him for years. So have you look Anasio from Sporting Lisbon.
Oh, Anasio, yeah.
I saw another source today that we're linked with him. There's someone called Andrew Stiller, which I know the Coppish.
Stiller,
heard about good
specifically
things
Cal rates him highly, and Tom Little, big up them too. But I know they rate him. I've not seen much of him, but we are linked with him now. Obviously, the Isaac thing, but I'm saying from now, we're not going to get Isaac. That I said it from even if they don't get Champions League.
I think you'll try and get him, but I don't.
Yeah, we'll try, but I just think, especially now that they're going to get Champions League, right? I think their owner come out and said, "Do not sell him at any cost." That's one player I want you to keep. I think he'll give them. Remember what Hazard and Ronaldo did? Give your team one more year. I think this would be the year he just gives them that extra year and probably.
Yeah, here's a question for you, Rob. What are you going to do with a right back? Are you going to let the Bradley guy have it, or are you going to sign one?
Now, cool. This is people are going to think I don't rate Bradley. I think Bradley's quality.
Do you rate any of your players?
Yeah, no, I do. Trust me, I do rate players. But sorry, I was just about to go up to McAllister, but Bradley, I still don't think he's ready to be a consistent starter yet. I still think we need to bring in a right back and still have him learning, because it's easy to say, look, when he's coming to the fold, he's been quality, but it's different being backup and different being starter. Can he handle the pressure week in, week out? I could be wrong, but I still want to sign another right back. But the reason why I didn't mention a right back, LB, because I don't think we will. So there's no point of me mentioning it. I think Bradley will be the starter, and I think we'll sign like a deputy right back or someone that's up and coming. But I would rather a right back over Bradley, and him being the more understudy. Yeah, and big up Samba. Bradley's injury record for his age.
Yeah, for his age, it's a lot.
It is a concern because he shouldn't be getting them injuries at his age. But
and Quans ain't good enough, really, is he? Let's be honest. Like,
no.
Yeah, Quans is one of them players, and I got slapped for this. Where I think 2-3 years we'll look to sell him.
I reckon he's also like a Bournemouth or something. He looks better. But
yeah, he's Premier League quality, but
yeah.
I've never really been moved by him. Never really been.
Yeah. He's just not good enough. Let's get these super chats before we wrap up. Nadea says La Liga too clear. LB need more ballers in the squad. Get me Verts, Baena, Camavinga, Cambiaso, and Olaena. Pep still has the first international break to fix up next season.
If that thing that you put up on screen is legit as well about Reinders, man.
Reinders, if he's at City, my God,
to be a baller as well.
Rodri and Reinders, oh my days.
I watched the Milan game too when I think he come from AZ. Was it AZ Alkmaar? I think it was AZ Alkmaar. I said 2 years ago before people even knew him, this guy looks like a player. But I said, let me hold my horses because I've only seen 90 minutes. I've watched him about 9-10 times now. He is quality.
Perfect age as well. 26, 27.
Yeah. Going into
big up to Arsenal finally reaching the semi-finals since 2008. Benitez, Southgate, Cannavaro, Lowe, Ten Hag, Lopetegui, Juric, Big Sam, take your pick, Jords. And they're calling Palmer the Manchester Mutual now. Wow.
Oh, that
is
Manchester.
Frankie. I don't know what's going on, but boy, it's going to be a madness, man. But listen, man, Champions League, man, is going to be on this weekend. Sorry, tonight. Sorry, this week. So make sure you tune in for that one. LB, man, are you tuning into the Fulham game tonight, man? Checking the top 4 race and that. What are you doing tonight? What's your plans?
Man. Yo, listen, big up the chat. Yeah, great show as always. Yeah, I just want to quickly say, I don't know if you've spoken about this guy. Yeah, just rapid. Yeah, Doué at PSG. Doesn't he make you just enjoy football when you watch this guy?
Bro, I'm telling you, man, baller.
Oh my God, when I watch this guy play football, I'm like, I see like a bit of Neymar regen in this guy, man. I can't lie. Like, I think this guy can be a proper player. When I'm watching him for PSG, I enjoy watching PSG. I know they beat us, yeah. Obviously, Roms, they knocked them out as well, but they're a good team to watch. They play mint football, good to watch, entertaining. And as soon as that Doué gets the ball, I'm there. I'm like, what's he going to do? Entertaining, skills, everything, man. Yeah, shout out Doué, man. He's the one player at City, man. Doué.
LB, people say football's a dying art, right? But when you look at players like Doué, Yamal, Kvaratskhelia, like it's not done yet. There still are players that could have there still are players that are mavericks and have that individual ability. It's not like it's completely dead, but I agree with you, bro. Doué. The thing is, when I watched Doué before Christmas, I was like, I'm not really moved by him, but his form this year, I was like, I got this one wrong.
Baller, honestly, baller, and my ball is also covered at Skellion, man. Let the ballers play, man. Like, we're missing that, man. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, we need to see like these.
I want them to win it. I want PSG to win it.
Like, we need a PSG Barca final, man.
Yeah, we do.
That's what we need, guys. PSG Barca final in Germany.
That's what I said, bro. PSG Barca final, man. I do low key hope that Arsenal beat Real Madrid because I'm just tired of Real Madrid. I'll be honest with you guys. I know. Yeah. I hope they go through because I'm just tired of Real Madrid, bro. I'm tired of them, man.
Can you imagine the meltdown if they got knocked out, though, Arsenal?
Yeah,
and that's what I need, LB. That's what I need.
Wednesday could be like the emergency meetings for Arsenal.
Do you think it would be the biggest day on football YouTube?
Yeah.
In football YouTube history, if Arsenal bottle it, and I don't think they will, but if they do bottle it, I think that could be the biggest day ever
on football YouTube.
In football YouTube.
Robbie will be a millionaire, mate. Robbie will be a millionaire.
Because do you know what? Right, this is how I want it to pan out. LB, I want Madrid to knock out Arsenal, then PSG to knock out Madrid. Then you have the Barca PSG final that way. But I can't have. People know how much I troll this club. I can't have Arsenal get to semi-final because do you know what? I'm going to say something here, right? I do think if Arsenal count Real Madrid, I'm going to say here at live now, click me up and that I think they actually win their first Champions League and it will make me sick because I think the confidence that will give them. I know they've still got the semi-final. I know they've still got the final, but they've missed the Champions League in Real Madrid. They've knocked out. All this heritage stuff will have to go out the window because they've literally knocked out.
If they do end up winning the Champions League, then bro, that might be the biggest achievement.
I think if they knock out Madrid, but I don't. A lot of people are saying, look, this Arsenal Madrid tie is kind of a foregone conclusion. I'm saying now, if Madrid get the first goal, I can see Arsenal probably capitulating because it's different when you have the Lewis Skellies, the Kiviors, all these players performing at the Emirates. You're with all your fans. It's easier to perform. When the come out, and if they go 1-0 down early, I think Madrid go through. I'll say that now. But if Arsenal can hold out 0-0 or get an early goal or 0-0 to half-time, Arsenal will do it. But I think that first goal is so crucial, and it depends when the first. Because if Real Madrid go 1-0 up in the 70th minute, I still don't think that's enough. But Madrid get that first goal in the first 10-20 minutes, it's on. And let's see how Arsenal's players deal with that pressure because majority of them, in fact, all of them haven't been to a semi. Bardi or Jorginho's and a few other players, but majority of them haven't been to a semi-final.
Well, majority haven't won a trophy for let alone anything.
Exactly. So, I can't have Saeed. I know you're saying though you're sick of Madrid. Wait, how are you sick of Madrid? They've not done nothing to you. If anything, I should be saying that. If anything, me and LB should be saying we're sick of Madrid. You've not even been there to face them in recent years, so you should care.
Yeah, to be fair, that nanny red card, I'll always remember that, bro.
Oh yes. And they had like the green kit, didn't they? Then they come,
yeah. Oh, listen, people, we're gonna wrap up here, guys. Can we get to 1,000 likes, people, man? I don't know what we're on right now, man. We're just currently under 1,000 likes. We had nearly 2.5k in the building, 886. So please, guys, hit the like button on the way out. And like I said, thank you for 150k subscribers. I'm gonna be doing a 150k like little, not a party, little get together at midnight tonight after Big Six. So if you don't want to pull up the chat, let me know. We'll be live at like midnight. Like I said, I have a couple of hours chilling, just a little, appreciation video and whatnot. So yeah, man, thank you, man. LB, what you got coming up today, man?
Yeah, man, I just done my stream at 11, innit? And then I'm on with Hugh at 7 o'clock. Obviously, you guys will know Hugh in it for the Big Six. So yeah, me and Hugh will be.
Yeah, big up, Big Huey, man.
Yeah, so we'll be live at about 7 o'clock, man. So yeah, big up to you, isn't it? But yeah, congrats on the 150k as well. That's big, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate.
Smash these likes up, people, innit?
Yeah, Roms, man, big up to you, bro. Always, man.
Come on. A little shameless plug. We've actually, on the Football Verbal channel, we've done, ever since the KDB news broke out, we've done top 10 Premier League midfielders since 2010. So don't start going mad. Where's Gerrard? Where's Lampard? Whatnot? It's since 2010. But it's a good watch. But that dropped the other day. So go check that out.
Come on. Yeah, everyone's channels are in the description, people. You know what I mean? All the channels, people. All the channels are there. So subscribe to the channels, man. You know what I mean? Jords, we're going to go raid Jords. He's live with Hooks in a couple of minutes. So go and check him out there. Just whatever. Just call them whatever on their chat, man. Bottlers FC, Crumble FC, whatever you want to say. 17 losses is what it is. I'll be back live 5:30, Straight Jacket podcast. You know what I mean? On a Monday. Make sure you tune in for that one. And yeah, obviously Big Six as well later on, man. So yeah, man. Guys, we're out. Midday Live. Peace.